so good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, hey, what's up? So in today's video, I will be basically speaking about why my job fired me due to my depression and me just having enough of what they were trying to offer me and how they were treating the patients. Okay, as you may know, I had made a video about almost 2 years ago about my experience of working in a hospital, and I felt very, very depressed. And I want anyone to know, if you're feeling depressed at your job and you feel like they're not accepting your work, how you feel is valid, because in actuality, say if something happened to you, or if you pass away, or if you got injured, you will be replaced no matter what. One thing you cannot replace is your life, and you have to maintain your mental health. With this job, my mental health was just not there. It was good at first. They gave a good impression of what the job would be, and then when I got in the position, it was just terrible. I started this job 2 years ago. It's a big time hospital. I don't want to put their name out there because it's just my experience there. It's a big time hospital, and in my position, I was a office coordinator. So what I did, I worked with 3 different doctors, and I had to schedule their patient, make sure that the pathology was in, basically make sure everything was correct before the patients came in. Sometimes the patient will call me and they would say, oh, I'm in pain, you know, this cancer is blah, blah, blah. And me, as a person that's very sensitive, will take that into consideration, let the doctor know. And sometimes the patient would just come in and I would get blamed for the patient coming in, even though I told them not to come in. There's protocol. A patient cannot come in for a walk-in appointment because other patients have to be treated. That's true, but also sometimes the doctors would blatantly not see the patient because they don't feel like it, which I felt is terrible, because I had 2 parents that had cancer, and if someone treated my parent like that, I would be very upset. So I took everything personal. One time, this patient, she wanted to come in for a visit, so I just scheduled her as a new visit and then told her to mail in forms. 2 weeks later, I got called into the office because I scheduled a patient without asking the doctor. She said that you have no right to schedule a patient on my schedule without asking me, which I understood. I was apologizing for not asking, but if it's a new visit, technically I didn't schedule the appointment. Another person scheduled it. So I took the blame for that. So they gave me a write-up for that. And it was some days I was just like, I can't make it in today because, you know, I'm sick. And in actuality, I was sick because I was mentally drained of how they were treating the patients and then how they were treating me. So it came down to my coverage partner. She decided to go on vacation. And when she went, she told me that she was going to go on vacation for a week. And then the day she was supposed to leave, she was like, sorry, I'm not going to be here for 3 weeks. And her doctor's office is very busy because they work in Jersey and also in New York City. I felt very overwhelmed. Every time I asked someone to cover my lunch, no one ever covered my lunch. So from August all the way to March, when I got fired, I had no lunch period. I complained about it and they told me, email someone, they can cover you. No one ever responded. No one wanted to cover my lunch. So I would sit at my desk all day from 9 to 5 and not have a lunch. Or I would just like sneak off for 15 minutes just to run across the street to 7-Eleven to get a bag of M&Ms. And I felt like that was just torture. And after a while, I was just like, this is crazy. It was like everything, they kept picking on me. They was like, oh, you're late every day. Literally, I was late 13 times for the whole entire year. And the first 4 times that I was late is because I had a situation where I had to move and look for an apartment, and I said that, can I call out and take a vacation day, or would it be possible for me to just come in a little later? They said it'd be better if you come in a little later instead of calling out if you don't have to. I did that. I still got penalized for that. And then and it was a situation where I was going to be homeless, and they did not respect the fact that I had to look for somewhere to live. If I had nowhere to live, then what was the point of coming to work? I might as well just sleep at work. They said they understand, but they still wrote me up for it, which made no sense because now I'm depressed. I was almost homeless. I was battling how they were treating the patients, and then how they were treating me, because I was treating the patients with care, and then they treated me like shit. After a while, I used to just sit at my desk and I would cry because I just hated it. I just didn't want to be there. I didn't like how they were treating me. I didn't like how they were treating the patients. I had a former co-worker that used to be my friend. I got her the job there, and when I was sick in February, I'm not sure what kind of sickness it is. I'm gonna assume it was COVID, but I never got tested for it. But I was sick for like a week and a half, and my body was shaking. It was aching. I felt cold and hot at the same time, and I thought it was just like a simple flu. The same coworker that I got the job, she was complaining to other people at the job, saying, oh, why is she always out? Like, she needs to come the fuck to work. And basically just bashing me after I got her the job there. And I was a little bit upset. So I text her, and I basically said, like, how dare you? Why don't you just text me and ask me if I'm okay? Anything dealing with work, you have my number. You can call me. Like, I'm going to be in your wedding and everything. And she called me. She was like, excuse me? Like, basically saying, who am I talking to? And she took my text messages and sent it to management to make it seem like I'm bullying a coworker, and them not knowing that me and her were literally friends. We worked at a different job. I was in her wedding. We had the same godson. It was crazy. It's the craziest shit ever. But I was already looking for jobs at the moment. So they called me in the office and they said to me, why did you text so-and-so this in relates to work? I need to know the reason why you're texting it. So me, I'm already fed up. I said, I'm not telling you why I text her anything, because that's somebody that I'm close with, and that's none of your business. I said, her sending it to you, that's her business, but I'm not going to explain to you why I sent someone that I'm close with a text message at work. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I said, no, I'm not telling you. They was like, well, you have to say something or you can leave the office. So I just left the office. I'm like, I'm not saying anything, because now I'm already fed up. It's already February. I don't have a lunch period. No one's covering my lunch. No one's covering my lines. It was just terrible. So I just felt like they hated me. They just wanted me to quit, but I didn't quit. That same day, they was like, oh, we're going to just figure out what to do with you. I was like, okay. So I finished my shift. The next morning I came in. They emailed me and was like, I think it'll be best if you go home so we can see what we can do with you. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I went home. 3 days later, they was like, well, after evaluation and you scheduling patients that are not supposed to be scheduled and coming in late and also sending this text message, we are going to fire you. I said, well, thank you for the opportunity, and that's that. I have personal stuff going on in my life. I asked these people if they have any psychiatrists so I could speak to, just to feel like if I wasn't bugging out. I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life, so I wanted to speak to someone. I contacted them to speak to a therapist. I've contacted them for 2 months before I even got fired, and they never contacted me back. And after I got fired, I was relieved. I just wanted to give that story because I know everyone's watching the video. I hate my job, and I want you guys to know that it's okay to hate your job. Find a job that is going to appreciate you, appreciate your well-being, because once you're gone, you are going to get replaced. Always put yourself first when it comes to a job. I know that money is necessary, but also be at a job that values you, values your work ethic, values everything about you, because you're only one you, and you only have one life. And working a job just to pay bills and get mistreated is terrible. That's nothing I wish on anyone. I just felt like they just didn't like me. Don't you always choose you. You are your main priority. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.